What we're going to do now is Bridget is going to talk a little bit about the process and the materials, etc., and we'll have a little view of the studio. So go ahead, Bridget.
Okay. So to start off with, maybe if you want to take a look at a couple of the paintings, what I'm doing primarily is oil painting. And I usually start off by doing quick sketches and drawings to just kind of get ideas. And I have, this is an example of one of the really quick sketches for a new painting that I'm about to get started. And then once I've completed the sketch, this is another one that I had done, which was for that painting over there, where I'm starting from. So typically what I'll do is I'll make these quick drawings, and then I transfer the drawings onto wood panels. So you can see here that I was drawing kind of quickly with a pen, and then in this case I just turn the paper over and draw on the back with graphite, which is a good transfer medium, and then you can just go ahead and lay this right on the panel and retrace it, and then the drawing appears on the panel. Walk back over here. So these are the wood panels that I work on, and they're a hardboard panel that comes pre-primed in. It's really nice and smooth, which I love because the drawings that I do have a lot of really small details, and the surface really allows you to get all those tiny little details both when you're drawing and when you're painting. I often will draw on tracing paper, so this is another example of one of the sketches, and then sort of lay this onto the panel and transfer this over. And then I'll start painting. So you can see from looking at some of the different paintings in the room, hard to know which one to start with. Maybe I'll go back to this one. So in this painting you can really see that there's still a lot of drawing to the painting. You can see a lot of the outlines around the figures, their faces and the hair and their... And I'm working with oil, and I have an assortment of all kinds of different colors from various paint companies that I bought over the years that I like to work with. So I essentially just squeeze the paint out from the tubes onto the glass, and you can see here this is from the last time that I was working. And one of the nice things about oil is that the paint stays wet for quite some time, so you can work for the period of an entire day or a couple of days without your paint drying out if you use enough of it. So you can kind of come back and reuse the same colors or rework paintings. And then some of the other paintings that I have a little more kind of layering, like if we move over to this side, I'll actually take this one down because it might be harder for you to see it from up there. You can see in this painting there are a lot of kind of layers and thicker areas of paint in the center and on the side. This is called the Opera House, and this is inspired by the Opera House in Paris. And this is a Napoleon Army figure. And the series of work that I most recently finished has been inspired by the French Revolution and looking at decorative arts and fine arts history, and sort of how economies and politics influence the arts and money that's available for the arts and the decorative arts. So then I continued to paint for several days, weeks, months, however long it takes to finish a piece, and a lot of times I'm working on more than one painting at a time. So the way I kind of like to use this studio, this is a relatively new studio for me, I've only been here for about a year, is that I have my painting table and my easel are both on wheels, so I can move them around the room to where that I want them. And I have these shelves on the wall that I can put pieces that are in progress on as I'm kind of working on them, or pieces that are finished so that I can kind of see colors in relationship to what I've already finished, or scale references, figurative references, and things like that. I like to have a little bit of work out at a time. I don't like to have too much around. I mostly like to have it kind of clean and white so that I'm focusing on what I'm doing.